those messages. Anyway, hey everybody, happy Sunday. We're like 2 minutes late because we're gossiping. That's what we do. So we're gonna get started here in just a few minutes. So grab a soda and
that music is sweet.
And I like it. We're gonna start in a couple minutes. Let's clear here, and we'll let the room kind of fill up, and we'll start the show. Let's see what we got in the news. Let's see if we got any news this week. No, there's not much news right now.
You like that beer I had yesterday?
Dude, that thing was huge. And you were killing me with that, like, that reminds me of Beer Garden, that restaurant.
Yeah, well, that whole Frankenmuth is awesome, man. You got to come there. It's what the world's biggest Christmas store is, and it's like this Germany Bavarian thing. They had like a Bavarian festival was going on, like tons of people dressed up like in their German clothes. Like, it was awesome.
I need to go there. Happy Sunday to Katie. 3 weeks. I'll be at Coronado Springs this time in 3 weeks.
Actually, at this time in 3 weeks, we'll be at Grand Floridian Cafe having dinner.
Okay, well, yeah, well, there we go. That's even better than Coronado Springs. Ricky hasn't written any articles. We have no news.
If anyone wants to send me some good poker vibes for after the podcast, you know, hook it up.
There's no good news. What shall we talk about? What should we talk about tonight, peoples?
What could we talk about?
Topics. What's up, Andrea? Oh, man, I do love the Gulf. I love Pensacola Beach. I've been there a few times. I used to stay at a hotel called the Dunes. I don't think it's there anymore. But it was right there near where the Blue Angels fly out of. Oh, man. Yeah, I haven't been there I've been there probably in 30 years.
I tried a new golf strategy today, Mike. The back nine, I did 10 shots better than I did on the front. So
what did you do?
I didn't physically break my driver, but I basically like just buried it to the ground. I was like, I'm not hitting my driver ever again.
I thought you never hit a driver.
I don't, but I got one. I bought one for Father's Day last year, so I've been trying to hit it, and like it really does not work for me. So I didn't even hit a 3-wood. I just hit 4 hybrid, and I didn't even tee it up. I just hit it off the deck. That was like my strategy for the whole back nine.
In the tee box, hit it off the ground?
I just hit it off the ground off the tee box on 4 hybrid. Because I hit it like 190, and I don't hit my driver actually that much better when I hit it good, you know. So it worked out. I saved 10 strokes. It got me like psyched. Like, man, I'm ready to go again. Like, I might have to try to squeeze in like 9 holes after work or something. I'm curious. I'll try it again. Or 12 at Woodside.
There you go. What you live right on a golf course. Why don't you ever play that thing?
Because it's not good.
It's not good on the golf course. I always wonder that. Like, there's like a hole right outside.
There's like 3 golf carts, so you never know if you're gonna get a cart. I mean, it's short, so I could walk it, you know. But like,
I always wonder that. I'm like, dude, there's a fairway. Like, dude.
Well, now in this room, like, in the room over here, like, I can see the golf course from like.
Yeah, because when I look to see if you're home, like, dude, you're never on that course. It's like.
I know it's right next to my house.
Amanda's in Saratoga Springs. Hello to Michelle. Yeah, we're just hanging out with music. We're gonna start here in just a second. We're just hanging out. We need topics. What should we talk about? What do we did sleeper hits for table service on Friday. Oh, got the shirts ordered. Okay, shirts are awesome. They're gonna need to be ironed. Mine are so wrinkly.
Dude, and I don't know what's up with mine. I ordered them the same day as you, and I still have not gotten mine.
That's because probably everybody ordered them at the same time. Well, no,
I'm supposed to get mine. Did they come from Arizona?
I don't know where they came from.
It looks like mine were shipped from Arizona.
That's all I know. Oh man,
I need to get like some like cruise like button up shirts, like some Hawaiian shirts, some palm tree shirts. You know,
that would be cool. No, that would be yeah. Anyone sign up for the Magic Half Pins registration this week? Oh, I've never heard of that. I guess that's a pin.
But I forgot to register for the thing at Coronado.
Dude, the
mosaic thing. Like,
yeah. You do that in 60 days?
It says 60 days.
Oh, man.
It's probably already gone because people like always book that thing.
Don't say anything about it. Everybody in here, shh. Don't go booking it while we're doing the show.
I might actually go book it while we're doing the show.
Don't book it. Yep. 3 weeks from tonight, Grand Floridian Cafe for us. Katie will be at the Boathouse having some sweet rolls. Maybe filet sliders.
I heard that the burger isn't like the lobster thermidor anymore.
It is not. Yeah, no, we were there. Were you not there with us last time? No, wait. No. There was some kind of burger they didn't have. They didn't have the Gibson burger.
No, that's at Bow House. I'm talking about. Yeah, I was with you there. I'm talking about at Grand Floridian Cafe. They don't have the lobster thermidor burger anymore.
Yep. We got to talk
about. Always like my go-to, even at brunch, like at 10 in the morning.
That is true.
Dr. Grass is a good drink, but it's not my favorite there. I do have a can. Where did it go? Oh, what am I can of? I had a Duck Raz beer behind me. We arranged this room and Marlessa came over.
We were there the first day that they had it out.
Yep.
At least that's what they told us. Scott, I don't know. Maybe you come back out and in.
He could be like viewing my feed because I think it posts for me too, and like no one watches under that. I need to turn that off.
Oh, maybe you're on Scott's feed. So I have a ton of rubber ducks, but it's because I drive a Jeep. When you drive a Jeep in the summer, people just put rubber ducks on your dashboard everywhere you go in St. Louis. They do it everywhere, I think. Okay, so let's do a live show. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll just find something.
We'll wing it.
Let's get the dance pop music out of the way.
We could talk about what we're excited about for summer vacation. That could be an episode though, if you're going to record ahead, you know. Too.
Yeah. Well, so I do have episodes first because, hopefully, we can just jump in and do episodes here and there just to get ahead. Because I need to get 4 in the can sometime in the next 2 weeks. Just random.
I'm not the only one hitting off the deck of the tee box. Looks like Derek's doing it too, and those were his best shots. See, I'm telling you, I can't tee off with the driver anymore. I got to take a break from it.
Huh.
My results are so much better. I was hitting the fairway every time too. I wasn't in the woods taking a drop, taking a penalty stroke. That's why it was 10 shots better. I'm telling you.
That's all. I like to let the big dog bark or whatever.
It just makes the holes play a lot longer. I'll tell you that. But you know what? If I can hit them straighter, I'm still saving strokes.
Okay, here we go. Wait, let me make sure the phone line. Okay, that's off. Okay, here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, June 11th, 2023. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com. And, of course, one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Sunday to you, or happy Thursday if you're tuned in here on the feed down the line. Either way, we appreciate you spending some time with us. We're going to spend the next hour talking Disney and taking your calls at 407-413-9395. Again, that's 407-413-9395. Or if you want to join us by video, I will put that right now in the chat. Click the link and you'll be in the queue. You'll be in the waiting room and we'll add you to the conversation. But joining me tonight, as always, we have some great conversations. It's your friend of mine who I'll be with 3 weeks from right now at the Grand Floridian Cafe. It's your friend of mine, Scotty G. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Mike. Happy to be here as always. 3 weeks. That's kind of wild. Got to start thinking about your outfits and all this good stuff because it's going to get here pretty darn quick. But hey, did we want to announce something for our podcast cruisers about a Q&A that we want to host later this week?
I do want to do that because we're just in contact with Pam Forrester, the third member of the crew who will be sailing with us here very soon in less than 4 weeks. She is not going to be able to join us for this Q&A that we're going to be doing live on Facebook in our group because she's going to be on a canoe at Disneyland. I made her promise she'd be on a canoe, so she couldn't do it because that's my favorite thing now at Disneyland. But tell everybody, if you're sailing with us, you are going to want to join us. If you have any questions or just to have some fun, give the deets.
Yeah, so on Thursday, which I believe is the 15th June 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, in our Be Our Guest Podcast Crew 6.0 Facebook group, Mike's going to launch the StreamYard. We're going to go live, and we're just going to do a hangout session, a Q&A. I've been seeing a lot of questions pop up. We're 3 weeks away from the sale date, so any questions that you have, maybe a way to get to know each other too, we can kind of chat through there or whatever. So that'd be good just to hang out for, 45 minutes to an hour or whatever. Just take your questions. I'll post it into the Facebook group too. But if you are cruising and you're not part of that group, and if you have Facebook, I know it's not our favorite social media, but it's easy to get a group together on that site. So Just search for Be Our Guest Podcast Cruise 6. Ask to join. I'll go ahead and approve you to join, and then come join us on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern to chat.
That's right. Just come on in, and even if you're not, I might even put out on our YouTube channel. Who knows? Because it ain't gonna hurt anything. Hang out with us, and we can just talk about the cruise. And if you have any questions, you're excited, we can just kind of get the momentum going. Because it's almost time to get packing. Like I was talking with, it's kind of taking over the conversation at all the meals. We had our anniversary dinner last night, big fancy dinner at Outback. Got the sirloin and shrimp.
Yeah, I love the Outback sirloin as a solid meal. It's good.
Not bad. I know. And Pam even got the filet. It was our anniversary. We went fancy. Loaded baked potatoes, by the way. But we were talking about the cruise, right? And so we're thinking about, oh yeah, we have pirate night. So now I got to find the old Jack Sparrow costume that I have from cruises gone by. And so that's the time now we got to start thinking about those things. And so if you have any questions about like, if you've never sailed with us, like what does a pirate night look like? What's the sequence of events? Like, do you wear a costume? And, just stuff like that. Embarkation, debarkation, dining rotations, events with the group. We're going to answer those questions, and we'll all be together, and, more brains together. We can kind of start solving problems right away. So if you're listening to this on the feed, it'll be tonight, Thursday night. So just this evening, if you're listening on the feed, not live. And then, so join us if you can on the 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central in the Facebook group. That'll be fun.
Awesome.
All right. We have a call here. So let's just jump in while we have a call. Then we'll just get to our topics of the night. But somebody give us a call. So let's do it. All right. First call of the night. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, this is Valerie in Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville. How's it going down in Louisville, Valerie?
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah. How are you guys?
I'm better now that you gave us a call. We appreciate you taking the time tonight.
Yeah, of course. It's the first time I'm calling in. I am actually going to Disney World on Wednesday for a very quick birthday trip with a friend. It'll be the first time I'm going without my kids. So I'm very excited. We plan to fly out Wednesday morning, spend the day at Magic Kingdom, and stay for the evening deluxe hours. And then the next day go to Epcot, and then get on a plane Thursday evening and fly back home. So it's going to be very quick. I'm a little stressed, but I can't really think of anywhere else I'd like to be for my birthday.
Well, first of all, happy birthday to you. Right, Scotty?
Happy birthday. And don't stress out about it. Like, you're going to be at Walt Disney World for like 48 hours. Just enjoy it. Don't try to stress and cram a whole bunch of stuff. I know we're going to talk some more details here, but that was my initial thought when you said that you were stressed. Like, just be chill about it and just have fun, celebrate the birthday.
Yeah. One thing that I'm looking forward to the most, I booked the pre-fireworks dessert party. Since usually when I go with my little kids, it's kind of a lot of money for the four of us to do that. And since they're so little, I don't think they truly appreciate the fireworks quite like I do. So I'm excited about that. But I did have a question if there's anything else that you all can think of. This was a very kind of like last minute trip, but anything else that you would recommend for two girlfriends just going to enjoy themselves without kids for a very quick trip? Anything to check out that doesn't take a whole lot of time, I guess I would say. Of course, there's a lot of ADRs and sit-down dinners to try, but that would also eat up a lot of time that we don't really have for this trip.
So one thought that came to me: Are you an annual pass holder, or do you have like the photo pass?
Oh no, I'm not.
Okay, because I thought like maybe getting like, or maybe you can just do this like taking selfies. I think like documenting, like taking a lot of photos, just the two of you, like in the parks without your kids. Like that's kind of a funny thing, right? When I look back at trips where me and my wife go without our daughter, like it's kind of funny to see us. Oh my God, there we are without Emily. It's just funny to like look at all the photos and funny things we do without our kids, or even go on like something like go on Dumbo and ride an elephant together. Like I think it's just funny. Mike and I have done that together, and we'll take a selfie on it because we think it's just so funny to do it without our kids, things like that.
We've actually been in an Astro Orbiter rocket together. Now it'll never happen again. Like that was the stupidest idea ever. We almost got stuck. Like they almost had to call 911 to get us out. Like my legs are super long and we got jammed in there. So do it at your own risk. But it was a story. I mean, it was a heck of a story. We still talk about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of stuff you got to do. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's gonna be nice to just go without a stroller and a backpack and all of the things that kids require. So it's gonna be a trip, I think, just to kind of enjoy the being there. We might try to do some rides during the evening hours, since it's my understanding it's a lot less crowded and not as hot during that time. So I think just being there is going to be the focus of this quick trip.
It's amazing when you're used to having kids and it'll just be you and your girlfriend, how quickly you maneuver through things and how you can just tear through a theme park. I mean, you can just, do you guys, so you just have single park tickets, I'm guessing? Like just for, you probably don't have park hoppers with that quick. Yeah. So you'll just, I mean, you'll be able to do just almost everything. Because honestly, when you're used to having, like you said, a stroller, a diaper bag, or, you know, you got juice boxes and goldfish. I remember those days. You know, it's like every time you think you're ready to roll, like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, oh my God, we're ready. Like, we're just getting ready to, you know, rock. And here we go. Like, you guys just get to go do what you want, you know? And like, I mean, if you gotta go to the bathroom, that's your problem. Cause you had, you know, you had a margarita at Epcot, you know? So go have fun. And you'll just, I mean, it's so freeing, especially that first time. The only mistake you're making is that the trip's too short without your kids. Like, you need to expand that out to like 5 days, you know, get a real break. But
you know. Oh yeah, I wish.
next time
we are going back in the fall.
There you go. I'm saying.
So with the family.
And I know it's a quick trip, but like, because you talked about like doing like the dessert party as like a splurge, like it's easier to spend those things right when you're solo. So like, I kind of like the idea of a nice meal somewhere too, because then you don't have to like worry about like your kids bothering you. Like you can actually like sit down, relax, and enjoy a nice meal without the kids. Could be like a fun thing too. But again, I don't know if you're trying to do a bunch of attractions or what, but that could be a fun little option too.
Yeah, where would you recommend, since we'll be at Magic Kingdom for the actual birthday evening, what do you think would be a good, like something that's relatively easy to get to for 2 people before the dessert party? What recommendations do you have?
It's a great question. So I like to, this is just my style, how I like to tour, but like, I like to take a break from the Magic Kingdom, you know, leave the chaos for a minute, you know, take a boat over to the Grand Floridian Resort and maybe go to the place me and Mike were just talking about we're going to be in 3 weeks. Maybe go to Grand Floridian Cafe. Not like the most like fancy of places, but it's a really good menu. It's laid back, and you know, you can take that boat ride and just get off your feet for a little bit. That's what I would recommend. And it's a pretty easy to get ADR too this late in the game.
Yeah, Steakhouse 71 too. That's kind of the same thing. Just go to the Contemporary. Yep.
Yeah, we did do Steakhouse 71 the last time I was there. Kind of the same thing, a midday break, and it was great. But I haven't been to the Grand Floridian, so that's a good idea because I kind of just want to go in and poke around too and see the fanciness, as Mike usually says.
Totally. No kids, fancy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it kind of lends itself to the theme of the, you know, the weekend. Not the kids can't be at the Grand Floridian, but I always joke that they can't.
I love that Mike says fancy. You know, it's just a nice themed resort.
You know, I got to keep the bougie thing going because we're staying there, and I got to get cred, right? I mean, we'll be there this summer, and I got to, you know, I'm trying to impress my girls. So.
I will say, so I love the grounds at the Grand Floridian. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. There is some construction going on, so you might not see it at its best right now, but still, like, it's the Grand Floridian. It's still awesome to visit.
And the cafe still tastes great.
Exactly. The cafe is awesome. Mike was always worried that it was a cafe, so
I've stayed value the past few times, so I'm sure just stepping foot in the Grand Floridian will be a nice change of scenery for me.
I mean, there's a basin in the place. I mean, what else do you need to know?
It's my favorite store in all of Walt
Disney. You
can
go scrub your hands with all the samples right in the hotel. That's all you got to know.
And if you like a cocktail too, like going to the bar over there too, where Mister's used to be, it's like the Enchanted Rose. I kept saying Rose. I know it's not the Rose. There's more to it than the Rose. I don't know if that's something you enjoy, but if you like an adult beverage, that's a great spot too, just to get off your feet for a little bit and hang out with your friend. It's your birthday, so.
Minnie says, if you want to go get a drink though, Trader Sam's at the Polynesian, that is a hoot and a half. And that takes a little work. You got to get on the list sometimes, but maybe don't discount that too if you're going over to the Poly.
Yeah, my friend who's going with me, the Poly is her place. That's where she stays every time, and she loves it. So I'm sure we'll at least stop by there at some point, since that's her favorite spot. But I won't take up any more of your time. I appreciate you guys talking to me tonight.
No, I appreciate. Well, hey, happy birthday! And happy early birthday when you get back, and let us know how it went, because I want to hear the stories, at least the ones you could share on the air.
awesome. Thanks, guys. Have
All
a
right.
good night.
Have a good one.
Okay.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
Amanda just said it too. I was going to suggest it. I think she's a well-known Disney traveler, so I think she would do the birthday button. But yeah, she's got to do a birthday button too. You know.
Absolutely. All right, we have a video caller. Let's get him in here. Looks like his name is Shaggy. So I don't know where Scooby is, but let's see if we can get him in here. Shaggy, hey, thanks for joining us here in the live chat. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Hopefully you can hear me all right. You sound
really great, actually. You got a good setup there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I used to freelance as an audio engineer, so.
Oh man, I should have you talk to my dad. That's what he does. So you guys, then we wouldn't have a podcast because you'd be talking about cables and inputs and outputs.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. So normally I take a Christmas vacation to Disney World every year because that's the best time to go. But I'm almost 50 years old. Been going to Disney World since I was a little lad, but I've never been to Disneyland. So I finally broke down and says, all right, we're doing it. Going the end of September, so it'll be during the Halloween season. So looking forward to that. But so I'm almost to that 60-day point where I'm going to start scheduling IDRs and all that sort of thing. From what I understand, everyone's telling me Blue Bayou, I got to do that.
100%. Yes. Stop you. Absolutely. Go ahead, though.
But other than that, like as a first time going there, staying at the Disneyland Hotel, so get hitting that too. What other things like do you really suggest, like as far as like ADRs, things that I need to book beforehand? What do you think that I really need to hit on this first trip?
So just real quick, I was in the exact same position you were this time last year because we went over the 4th of July last year. So God, Disneyland, I discounted it forever. I went to Walt Disney World 30 times before I went to Disneyland, and I love Disneyland. Like it's the best. I just love it out there. So Scott, I'm gonna let you take it because you've done it more than I have, and you really kind of laid the groundwork because you made sure it was an infallible trip for me. So help him out here.
Well, Shaggy, staying at the Disneyland Hotel, there's a very iconic place you need to go to. And even if you don't partake in adult beverages, I think you can still go there. And that's the Trader Sam's there. It's the OG Trader Sam's. And the cool thing about Disneyland, you can book a reservation there.
Right.
So that's a must do always for me, even just to be inside and check out the atmosphere. You can still order from the counter service that's close by too. So you have like a little cocktail or a mocktail, and then you can have from the counter service. That's a must do for me. And the other one, Mike, and I booked this for us too on 4th of July. I love Carnation Cafe on Main Street, USA.
Yeah.
It's like your pot roast, burgers, sandwiches, things like that. I mean, you're not going to find like really like expensive entrees there, but there's something about being there right on Main Street, USA, right in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you can dine outside. You can see people walking by as they're coming up Main Street. It's just a cool atmosphere, cool spot. Nice. And I highly recommend that one.
Nice. Yeah. Even though like I've been to Disney World so many times, I've never done Trader Sam's there either.
Oh,
so it's been on my list, but for some reason has never happened. So yeah, I'll definitely be making that. Put that.
That's
on
probably the hardest to get one. I'll just say it's like, so like try to get that if that's something that interests you, try to get it like right away or first, because that one fills up quick.
I'm looking forward to. I'm looking to do Oogie Boogie as well. Just because I like the parties, like I kind of enjoy the theatrics of it all. The only thing that I'm kind of a little bit disappointed of going this time of the year is that I'm a huge Haunted Mansion fan, and I really wanted to see it with its original layout. But I know I think they are starting to do it like the beginning of September, end of August now that they change it over.
Yeah, so you might not most likely be under refurbishment. Possibly, I don't know. Like you said end of September. Like yeah. I mean, I guess if Oogie Boogie's going to be going on, then they would want to have that up and running by then. Right. So I think you might be good to see the overlay. And I'll tell you, it's really cool. My first 4 trips to Disneyland, I never saw the original Haunted Mansion. It was always it was either under refurbishment or was for the Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's very cool to see and highly recommend it.
But I'm looking forward to seeing Mr. Toad again because I haven't gotten a chance to ride that for a number of years. So there's a lot of things that I'm really looking forward to going for the first time. Hopefully this won't be my last time getting to go. But and then I'll be going to Disney World again in December. So I always love going during the holidays.
That's awesome. It's going to be a great time.
It to me, like I think it was perfect for my first trip to stay at the Disneyland Hotel with going to Disneyland resort, the theme parks for the first time. It just all fit together. Now, I'm not saying if I was at the Grand Californian, I would have hated it because that place looks sweet. And Scott always talks about how awesome. You
It's my
said
favorite. It's my
hotel.
favorite Disney resort. Yeah, is
Yeah, I
Grand
don't think I would
California.
have hated that either. But I mean, the Disneyland Hotel, you do feel the nostalgia of the place, right? We were in the Frontier Tower. So you went down and you saw little miniatures of Frontierland. And that was just so cool seeing that every morning as you walked out over the theme park. And you walk through downtown Disney, and it just like got you amped up to get to the parks. Like it's like building anticipation every day, and you feel the history out there. And it is just, man, for any kind of a Disney fan, I kicked myself for waiting 20 years to get out there.
Same.
It's so awesome. Like I just wanted to scream. I mean, Scott saw me. Like I couldn't get enough of it. Like it was just like the Matterhorn will just thrash your back, and I just like get back in line. Like. It's killing me. Like it hurts, but get me back in line because of the history, and then the snubs, and it's so cool. It's
the last little question that I have. I just booked my flight today. Hopefully, I made the right decision. I fly out. I literally live 10 minutes away from Dulles Airport in Virginia here, and that's a long flight going out there. Coming back home, I made the choice of just so that I have a little bit of extra time in the parks to do the red eye coming home. And I know that's going to be exhausting. That's going to be a super, super long day. But I'm hoping that would you all have done the same thing?
Yeah, I like the red eye. So I did that on our last Disneyland trip, actually, just so you can maximize your time. And I was like,
right.
I don't sleep the best on a plane, but I was like, I'll just tough it out. I did sleep a little bit, but then drove home, and then I just slept it all off the rest of the day. And like I was great, and no regrets with that decision at all. More time in Southern California is always a win for me. So.
Thankfully, I have the day off the next day, so I can
you arranged it perfectly.
Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thank you all, and enjoy the show.
Hey, Shaggy,
can't wait to hear about it. Call us back. Yeah,
absolutely.
Super great to meet you. It's great to meet you, and you give us a holler back anytime. It's great to meet you.
All right, you all have a good one.
All right, thank you. Bye. All right, how cool is that? That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. I love first Disneyland trips, man. They're great.
All right. I don't know how to get Shaggy out of here, but because I don't want to ban him here, but I guess he'll just drop. Barrel's just hang out. There you go. I was okay, good.
He might just hang out.
He sounded good.
Dude, he had the audio set up perfectly, man.
I was like, dude, this guy's a DJ or something. All right. Yeah. All right. So hang on. Valerie's got a question because she was just here.
No, she was just saying, like, she sent the question and she told you can disregard it when you get to it.
She sent a question like for the Wednesday show.
That's a check mark off the list right there.
There we go. Holy cow, I got something done. Don't forget to eat at Ramon's on Carsland, Carolyn.
And I saw Carolyn say was I mixing that up with the Plaza? Like, I mean, the Plaza Inn is over there too. I was specifically kind of talking about Carnation Cafe. Both
Carnation
are good options.
Cafe,
but I love Carnation Cafe.
So I was talking about this on a show. You weren't on it. It was like this past week or 2 weeks ago or something. Did our waiter not quit like midway through our meal at that place? Like, did he not leave?
I don't know, man. He started off like really friendly and like nice, getting our drinks and stuff. We took our order and like we never saw him again.
I was telling Pam and Ricky, I'm like, I'm pretty sure our waiter just left in the middle of our meal before we like got our check. I'm like, I think he was like maybe a struggling.
Well, it started slowing down
or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I remember the meal slowed down and we asked for our bill and like he seemed like kind of annoyed and then never saw him again.
But it wasn't like you're a tough crowd, Like, I mean, you think we're not a tough crowd. Anyway, all right. We got Fulton in here. I'll get Fulton in Indiana real quick and say,
hello.
Hey, Fulton, what's going on, brother?
I got some huge news for you.
Oh, love huge news. We have some huge news that we can't quite say yet. Oh, you got a
gold medal for the 100-meter dash today.
Oh, you would smoke me. That's not 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
So when did that happen?
Tonight I'll be that happened at the state games. It just happened yesterday.
Nice.
So we're celebrating the big victory. And this evening I'll be on the 10 News, the Terre Haute News, WTVI. It will be at 10 o'clock tonight.
10 o'clock Eastern. So coming up here in a couple hours, you'll be on the news.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I'm never on the news. This is as close as I get.
So I'll send you guys the link so you guys can watch it.
Yeah, please send me the link because I'm not in Indiana, so I won't be able to see it. But put the link out and we'll watch it. And I'll retweet it so everybody can see it.
Yep, yep. It was a fun trip, and we did like the mini javelin. So that's the fifth place, and then um, yeah. So that's the only ones I got.
Well, hey, we're proud of you, buddy. That's awesome.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Well, hey, give us a holler back next time and keep up the good
Yep.
work. You're definitely the
Yep.
fastest of the three of us.
Congratulations on that medal.
Thank you. I got softball coming up, so I'll be ready for it.
Don't start running marathons because you'll make me look bad.
I won't make it any marathon.
We'll see you, Fulton. Take care, buddy.
See ya.
Good seeing you. Bye.
All right, I'll send you guys the link.
Okay, bye. Congratulations. Oh, Fulton, man, that's a sweet medal.
That's a good looking medal. It was good looking.
He's going to be on the news. That's awesome. Okay, we had a question.
I think I've been on the news before. I'm trying to remember what it was. Have you been like on your local TV before, Mike?
Yeah, for teaching stuff. Like back.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, you're on it. You're on it at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, when I actually led to this career. Actually,
you actually, I know you actually had the full feature on you where they came to your house and interviewed you. That was awesome.
The whole school district on a snow day, and then
I'll never forget that shot over like it was like your sneakers of you like running. It was like a low camera shot, and like you see your sneakers running. I thought it was good.
And he's actually the anchor in Orlando now on the Fox station, John Brown. If you ever watch Fox 35 in Orlando. He used to be the Fox 2 anchor in St. Louis, but he was in Orlando, came to St. Louis, and then now he's back in Orlando. So anyway, if you ever see him, we're buds. He did a story about me, about the Dopey Challenge. And then all stuff broke loose when I was down there in 2016 because I was stupid after the 10K and said shout outs to all our school district when I called in sick that morning. Like, how are you sick? And you just ran 6 miles. I don't know. Miraculous healing. So I told my HR director. We had a question. I'm trying to find it here. Here it is. It's for Kevin. I'm getting off the rails here. Doing the fantastic dining package at 50's Primetime Cafe, staying at the Poly, and hitting up Trader Sam's beforehand. How late of dining reservations can we make and be done in time to make the show?
That's a great question because they're only running one show, I think, right?
They are only running one show.
Yeah. And I mean, you can enter that theater pretty late. I mean, the advantage with the dining package is you have like a certain section in the theater that you can sit in. So I would say like 7 would probably be the absolute latest. I'd feel more comfortable with like a 6 o'clock one though, to be honest. And they might only sell them up to a certain point too. Like when you make a reservation, like they probably won't make a fantastic dining package past like 7 o'clock. I'm thinking, right, Mike?
I would think so. I mean, I would think so, but yeah, 7 would be as late as I would go. I'm super conservative on things like that. So I hate being late. You know me, like, on time is late for me.
I mean, honestly though, like with Fantasmic, I love rolling in like last minute and then like, you're in the back row and then you're first to exit too. So
there's a lot of reasons to be late for Fantasmic is an exception.
I'm 100% okay being late for Fantasmic.
You get to get out first at the end of the show. And you also don't have to sit there and do the wave for 45 minutes. Like,
exactly.
Like you sit there and it's like, oh, I mean, like the wave was cool in 1982. It's whatever. Yeah. I don't want to do it.
It's fun. I'm actually going on it in less than 3 weeks. I'll be going to Fantasmic. Excited to see the updates.
Nice. I did see it when I was down. It's cool. I saw it when we went down in April.
Cool.
No, February, whenever the AEP was. Anyway, we have a caller on the line. You can probably hear the hiss. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, guys, it's Roger down in Arkansas.
Hey, sorry, I didn't get your first name. Who is it?
Rogers down in Arkansas.
See, you got a city named after you in Arkansas. That's why I got confused. I thought you were from Rogers, Arkansas, but it's Rogers in Arkansas.
I do.
Yeah, I know. Okay, all kinds of confusing.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, good. We got that square away.
I called in last year, right after I got back from Disneyland, because I went the week before you guys did, and I'm calling in because we just got back from a split state trip yesterday, actually early this morning, and so I was going to get some thoughts on kind of the state of the parks right now.
We love it. Give it to us because we're both headed down 3 weeks from today.
I know, man. Y'all are headed down soon. I'm super jealous I can't be there for the cruise, but so we did a split stay at Saratoga Springs and Beach Club, which was great. I will say that the 30% off for annual pass holders and the dining discounts were awesome, especially at the Flower and Garden booth. That worked out really good for anybody that's heading down. Just know, because the people in the green shirts at the checkout counter is who you can get your discount for there at the Flower and Garden Festival.
Okay.
But the trip was great, man. It was a great trip. You guys were just talking about Fantasmic. Got to go see that with my daughter for the first time. This trip, she's 7 and she's gone 9 or 10 times at this point, but we've never had a chance to take her to Fantasmic with the pandemic kind of setting in, and I like the changes to the show. I thought it was a great update to the Fantasmic show.
Sorry, we kind of lost you there you kind of tailed off at the end there. So you like the changes to the Fantasmic show?
Yeah, it was great. We really liked it. The updates were awesome. I think it was a good update to the show. Honestly,
I agree.
Some of the changes that they made, I think, really came in good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's very, very neat. I think they did it's a better show now. I think a little bit more fast paced.
Oh yeah, I would agree. Yeah, for sure. I will say, a couple of things that I noticed with the merchandise seems to be more standardized across property these days. I mean, we've been heading in that direction for a while. But having the 30% discount, was looking forward to giving Disney some money, but it seems like it's kind of the same stuff everywhere you go. The uniqueness of the merchandise from spot to spot has kind of it's become very streamlined across all the parks. So you kind of seeing the same thing everywhere you go within the resorts. Even at Saratoga and Beach Club, there wasn't a whole lot of resort specific merchandise, so that was kind of disappointing to see. But the 30% discount's awesome.
You're right. The discounts that they're offering is the dining and with an annual pass now, and the merchandise is great. But I 100% agree with what you're saying about the merch, because I got some Disney gift cards still from Christmas. I got some for Easter. I have quite a few Disney gift cards at this time, which I usually save for fun money, for merchandise, for Run Disney stuff when I go to races. But the merchandise has been underwhelming by a lot over the last year, because I haven't seen like shirts that I've wanted. I haven't seen, hats, and I'm a hat guy. I like, they used to always put out the Nike hats every year. There'd be a different nice, like Scott's got the white, because every year there'd be like a different, just pretty standard, like white Mickey hat, or, but even now, the Mickey hat they have now is like a trucker's hat, which is not wrong with that. It's just not my style. I 100% agree about the merch. It seems like it's the exact same stuff in every store, and it's not
everywhere you go.
And everything's a spirit jersey. So many things are spirit
stuff.
jerseys. Like, it seems like everything is a spirit jersey lately. And they're so if you're not into spirit jerseys, you're just out of luck. Or those bags, whatever those bags are, lounge flies. Or whatever.
Yeah, the lounge fly bags. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, so my daughter has a birthday on June 1st, and we always go the same week every year. It's kind of our big family trip. We go for a full week, Saturday to Saturday, and the past few years she's asked for Disney gift cards, because whenever we get down there, she has stuff that she wants to buy, right? And it teaches her how to kind of manage her money and her finances and that kind of thing. And honestly, she came home with money. Which is a little unusual, just because so much of the merchandise from store to store was kind of all the same. So that was a little disappointing, especially with the 30% off. But I will say the discounts, those went a long way on the dining, the different reservations that we had. And then of course at the Flower and Garden Festival, it's really cool that they're offering that at those booths too.
Yeah, I like that option a lot. Because that's something you don't think about, right? With the food booths, like, to get those discounts on that, like, because you go up there, you think like, okay, it's gonna be $7 for this or whatever. Have a discount on that is something like I wouldn't even think about, really. So I like that tip a lot that you're sharing there, Rogers. That's a great one.
Yeah, go get the avocado toast for sure.
There we go.
Over there by Test Track. Got it twice. It's probably my favorite thing that they've got at the festival right now. So that.
Can I ask you about the resort stay a little bit?
So Scott's asking real
Yeah,
quick about the resort stay.
Which-
What'd you think of the resort?
Yeah, like which order did you go? Was it Saratoga first, then
Man,
Beach
we
Club,
love-
and did you like that?
So we did Saratoga. Yeah, we've fallen in love with Saratoga Springs since the refurbishment. Stayed there for the first time after the refurbishment back in 2019, and we've kind of been staying there ever since. Honestly, we stayed there all through. Actually, made good friends with one of the bellmen there. Shout out to Greg at Saratoga Springs. Anybody that's going to Saratoga Springs, he works Monday through Friday. Request Greg. Wait for him. He's amazing. Tell him Roger sent you. We text back and forth all the time. He's a great guy. But yeah, we've been staying there for a while. We love Saratoga Springs. We always stay over in Congress Park because we spend a lot of time over in Disney Springs, and being able to just walk right over there is awesome. You can actually hear the background music from Disney Springs.
That's cool.
If you're in building 1 or building 2 over in Congress Park, you've got a pretty sweet view of paddlefish and boathouse, and you can sit out on your balcony and hear the background music.
I love that
It
pool
doesn't
over there
stop.
too.
So anytime you go out on your balcony, you can hear it, which is great. So we stayed at Saratoga. We checked in on Saturday, hit the parks Sunday through Wednesday. Actually, we took Wednesday off and did the after hours party at Hollywood Studios, not party, but the after hours separately ticketed event at Hollywood Studios, which was also great. I think, Scott, you've done some of those, right? Mike, I don't know if you have.
I don't stay up.
It was great.
2 reasons I don't stay up that late, and I'm too cheap. So strike 1 and strike 2. But
Yeah,
actually,
I get it.
yeah, I mean, but somebody on Monday's show, the show that comes out as we're recording tomorrow, he talks about how the amount of attractions they did at the studios during that after hours event, because they went down in March. I swear he did 3 days worth of stuff, and he ate so much ice cream too in between the rides. Like, I mean, he did it right.
Yeah.
He got his money's worth totally. But
For sure.
I'm a morning person, man. I get up early.
Yeah, we did the mornings too, but I mean that was cool because you could get in at 7, so that's when we went and watched Fantasmic. We went and got some Ronto wraps from Docking Bay 7. Went and saw Fantasmic, and then kind of headed out into the parks. We got in Mickey and Minnie's, Slinky Dog, Toy Story Midway Mania, Millennium Falcon, Rock and Roller Coaster. I don't know how many rides we went on Tower of Terror, a bunch that night. 4 or 5 times we were able to get on Tower of Terror. I mean, you're basically walking in. We didn't have a full elevator any time that we went to Tower of Terror. So it was great. That was a good investment for us. Personally, my daughter's kind of turned into a thrill seeker at 7 years old. So being able to ride those big rides was cool. And then that was Wednesday night. So we slept in on Thursday, woke up, transferred over to Beach Club. Took Thursday to kind of hang out there at the pool all day. On Thursday, we were there at 10 a.m. And honestly, we stayed out there till 11 o'clock. Rode out a couple of rainstorms, which, they shut down the pools anytime there's lightning. But we've got some pretty cool, pretty funny photos and videos of us riding out the storm over there at Hurricane Hannah's. And yeah, we were out at the pool till 11 o'clock. I don't know how many times we rode the water slide there at Beach Club, but great pool. That's our 4th or 5th time to stay there. But it was even more fun with a 7-year-old who was a thrill seeker. So yeah, it was great. I mean, we loved it. First time staying in the villas there at Beach Club. Requested a refurbished room. Actually went over earlier in the week, stopped by the lobby and asked for a refurbished room. Didn't get one, unfortunately. As a lot of people probably know, they're currently doing a refurbishment there on the DVC rooms at Beach Club. We did not get a refurbished room. I will say they are in need of a refurbishment. The rooms that are not refurbed, definitely in need of a refurbishment. So I'm glad that they're doing that there. But yeah, love Beach Club. I mean, you can't beat the location, right? That's probably our favorite overall resort. So that was awesome, being able to be back at Beach Club and getting our first stay at the villas there at Beach Club.
Man, sounds like you got me amped up for my trip. I mean, we're doing a split because we're doing the cruise. So we're doing 2 nights at Coronado, then 3 nights at the Grand after the cruise. So I'm amped up.
Yeah, Grand Floridian is our home resort. We've only stayed there twice. at this point. Honestly, we've really fallen in love with Saratoga, but Grand Floridian's great. And we'll actually be back at Coronado Springs and Grand Destino in a month. We check in a month from today, so we'll be back at Coronado Springs, just my wife and I. But the only other thing that I was going to say about the parks, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I know you guys try and keep things kind of high flyer here for the positive, but I will just say the cast members. There's definitely been a decline in service, and I think probably the pandemic had a little bit to do with that. Obviously, they furloughed a lot of people and hired a lot of people back, getting them through traditions and all of those things as quick as possible to keep up with the demand has been challenging. But what I will say for anybody that's going down, be sure to give out those cast compliments. I gave out 4 or 5. It's so easy to do in the My Disney Experience app for the people that really were standout cast members, which is unfortunate because they were probably doing the job that the people 5 or 6 years ago were just doing, everybody was doing. But it was really easy to distinguish between the really, really good cast members who you could tell were trying to make, people's trips better. So, take advantage of that cast compliment option within the app. It goes a long way. All those people get recognized by the upper level management whenever you go in and do that. But we had several of those. We had one lady that we did have a t-shirt. Mike, you were talking about the t-shirts, how hard it's been to find some of those. Mm-hmm. We had one that we wanted, and we were actually at the Seas pavilion, and there was the t-shirt happened to be there, and they didn't have the size we were looking for. And she went back to the back. She pulled out, I don't know, maybe a half dozen of them. Unfortunately, none of them were the size we were looking for, but she got online to look and see where they were available on property. Ended up giving her a cast compliment. It only takes a couple of seconds. All you need is the name and where those people are from, and it goes a long ways. But so that is something to be mindful of. Be sure that the cast members know that you appreciate them whenever you're down there, and they go out of their way to make your trip more magical. Because they really do make the difference in the trip. And this is probably the first trip we've really noticed. It's like, man, it's a little bit more challenging to find those cast members that are doing that these days.
No, I totally agree. And the thing is too, is when you do that and they get recognized, hopefully this is like, again, it gets back to this, how like a leadership style, right? When I was a 6th grade teacher, if I would compliment a kid in my class for doing something really well, the goal was obviously to give that kid positive reinforcement, but it was also secondarily that the kids around them would see this kid getting a compliment. Like, you know what? This kid has got a compliment, man. I should probably do some of that too. Maybe just go a little bit the extra mile. Maybe I'll get that too. So maybe it'll raise the experience for everybody. When we compliment a cast member, it might help us all have a better experience the next time we head down. I agree. It doesn't take long, and they've made it easier with the My Disney Experience extension there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was great. But just wanted to call in and talk to you guys. It seems like every time we get back from a trip, because we get home on Saturdays a lot, you guys are having a show the next day, and I always like to call in and talk about kind of the state of the union.
I appreciate
as it sits whenever we get home from a trip.
I appreciate it. And we loved hearing the birds in the background. That was pretty sweet too, man. It's
I like that.
Like that.
Yeah, we're sitting out there by the pool right now. I don't go back to work till tomorrow, so I'm still on vacation mode till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Write it out, Rogers. Write it out. You're still on vacation. We appreciate it. Hey, you take care. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night.
All
Thanks
right,
for
see you
everything
later.
you do.
You too. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Good points there, though. I mean, great points.
Like what you're saying about Saratoga too. Like Saratoga was one like I just like brushed it off all the time. Like, well, if I'm gonna stay in that area, I'm gonna stay at Old Key West. That's my home. That's like where my jam is, and it still is. But like what they've done with those rooms, like, and then the proximity to like Saratoga Springs is so good. And that just got me thinking, have you seen like the article about like the drought, like how like they can't run the boats on the Sassagoula right now?
That was one of the things I wanted to talk about because it's been raining in Disney World like the last couple of weeks every day. Like I've seen all kinds of pictures of it raining down there. Like it has been excessively dry where I live. Like it's not rain today.
I haven't mowed in 3 weeks because there hasn't been any rain.
Same. I mean, I did mow a couple days ago because like it had been like 2.5 weeks, and Pam's like, dude, we have like little sprigs. Like it didn't really need it, except there were like spots. Like I could have gone out like with scissors and probably just trimmed it, but I got on the tractor because I wanted to ride around. So anyway, but like I'm thinking I've seen a lot of rain down there, and all of a sudden I see all these articles like Disney, they've suspended service to Disney Springs on the boats. I'm like, what?
I know, because I get okay, like I'm not imagining that because I get alerts about their weather, and like it seems like rain starting soon, and like
I'm like, I was like, what? Because I think it's a cast member thing. I think it's staffing.
maybe.
I mean, maybe
I don't know. I saw a photo and the level looked low.
Is there a leak? I mean, what's going on?
I don't know, man. But I found that like kind of mind blowing. Like, what the heck? They're not running the Sasagula right now?
I told that to my wife. I'm like, it has been raining. Like, I mean, I know it's been dry here. I get it if it was here because it's like our grass is dead. But I mean, it seems not excessively different than normal weather in Florida. That's I don't know.
I don't know. I found that interesting. I'm glad you saw the same thing.
I did. I was like, I kept telling family that's got to be staffing. But I guess maybe it is. I didn't like research it further. I just saw the headline. I'm like, wow. If I
that was a fun split stay though. Rogers had there. Like, I'm always on the fence of that because you know how I am. Like, I like to get into a room and unpack and just like make that my home for like an extended time because I don't want to pack up again. You know, that's my thing. Even though I'm going to be doing that, you kind of have no choice when you go on a cruise, right? But like the idea of those split stays are kind of fun. You know, you get to see multiple resorts, different pools, different locations. Like I do like the split stay, but it's a lot of work sometimes.
It is. That's that's where we're so different. Like I do live out of a suitcase. I never put anything away because I have paranoia that I'm going to leave something in a drawer. Like it gives like I just keep everything in the suitcase, and I use those Magic for Less like laundry bags, and so my dirty clothes go in a laundry bag next to the suitcase, and I just keep everything in the suitcase till I need it.
Yep.
And like with my running clothes, like when they're all sweaty and I come back, like I hang them up in the little closet there or whatever, the hangers, and then I go through there because obviously you can see those before you check out, but those things are just gnarly. I'll put those in the bag till the end. So let me ask you this, okay, because I this is where I think we're like. So have you been still trying to stay kind of spoiler free for the Wish for the cruise?
I've been 100% spoiler free. I mean, okay, I can't say 100% because there's obviously like some small things I know, but like I'm staying spoiler free as possible.
Okay, Brooke just said maybe the swamps and rivers are probably fed by rains from much wider. That probably makes sense, right? It's the ecosystem, but still, okay, maybe from like because Missouri's not getting rain that they're. Come on now, those boats don't run that deep. They're pontoon boats. Okay, maybe I'll give you a pass on that. Okay, anyway, so here's the thing. But like, okay, I have now entered because I've been watching Love Boat nonstop, nonstop on Pluto TV. Like it's on all the time while I'm working. I watch it on the treadmill. I'm watching it because like the Love Boat always gets me amped up for a cruise. So this morning while we were having breakfast and I was working, I was talking with Pam at the table. Like I'm at that point where I want to watch videos of like cruises because like I just want to get amped up because I just want to see like people walking around on deck. I want to see like people getting on the ship, but I don't want to see the Wish. Like so today I watched a tour of the Fantasy because I'm amped up about the cruise, but I don't want to see the Wish. So like Pam's like, "What are you gonna do?" So I'm like, I'm watching a walkthrough of the Fantasy because I love the Fantasy and it'll give me my fix, right? It'll show me my stores. It showed me O'Gills. It showed me the soda machines. It showed me Senses Spa. It got me like really amped up for the cruise, but it still kept me away from.
I like it, man.
But that's right. Are you there yet? Because like I'm losing my mind. Like I'm ready to go. Like I'm to the point now where it's like it's so on. I want to go.
Oh, it's so on. I'm ready to go. I had the Love Boat playing too, like I just sit sometimes and stare at my captain's hat, just like wanting to put it on, sometimes I do put it on, even when I'm working, but I'm with you. Like I have gone this far without knowing very minimal stuff. Like I know a name of a restaurant, like, and that's like it, like I don't know which, because I think, well, here's another thing I know, but I don't know it with detail. Like I think each like deck has different themed rooms, staterooms, but I don't know like which theme is on our deck. I want to be surprised when I walk in
Oh,
that
yeah.
stateroom.
I don't.
Yeah. So like, there's so many things like I'm just staying away from. Like, it's gonna feel familiar, but I want it to not feel familiar because I want to. How many times do you get a brand new Disney experience?
That's what I was trying to explain to Mallory, because she's like, how do you, because she's like all over it, right? She's been researching, and she's like, we're gonna be on the fancy ship, she keeps calling it. And I mean, it is like, I mean, it's, she's got a skewed view of things because she shouldn't have been on all these cruises. She's gonna be platinum on this cruise. Like, that's
nuts.
Wrong. And she's platinum, and her sister's only going to be gold, and Pam's only going to be gold because she went on that media cruise with me one time, and then Paige didn't go one time because she had a soccer tournament. So she's all about that. But I mean, I know the basics, right? I know like this ship has like 2 elevator bays as opposed to 3. I know like the mechanics of it, right? But like, and I know obviously one of the restaurants is Frozen themed, one's Marvel themed. You got the shows. I know that kind of stuff, but like, I just want to be able to wander and just explore and just happen upon.
I don't know if there's a district. I don't know the name of the lounges. Like, I don't want to know any of that until I get on that ship.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's
or like the pools. Like, I don't know. I don't know the pools. I don't know I don't even know. Is there an aqueduct? Like, I don't even know that. I don't even.
Yeah, there is.
Don't tell me.
But it's not called that. So there you go. So there's not an aqueduct. But yeah, so I mean, we're so close, right? And I mean, like, but we're at that point now too, where, and I'm sure people get this, like, because if you've ever been to Walt Disney World or sailed on a Disney cruise, like Mallory and I were talking, I think it was this morning or yesterday morning. Like, she was sitting on the couch playing on her phone. I was sitting there working. And I'm like, what's the bomb? I said, even better than like getting on the ship. It's like when you're riding over to Port Canaveral from Walt Disney World, and you do this every time, right? And you crest that hill, and you first see the funnels like on the horizon. You're like, oh yeah, my ship is in port, and we're getting on that thing right now. Like,
what my favorite is
on that cruise.
Yeah, I love that. But the best is it's after sail away. It's kind of like, it's kind of part of sail away, because sometimes I'll go back to our room and change, and I'll do this on our veranda, but I just love waving at all those people down there, that are at the beach or whatever. And I'm like, sorry, suckers, you're not on here. I'm going to be gone for 4 or 5, whatever amount of days. I'll see you on the flip side. Like, the fact that you just like turn everything off, we're so attached to our devices all the time and all that. And I'm just ready to like shut everything off and just like be on vacation, man. And just like have no worries in the world. It's such the best feeling. And it's like when you're waving everybody, it's like you're just saying goodbye to the world. Like, I'm out. I'll see you in a week. I just love that.
That's it. And the thing is too, leaving out of Port Canaveral. So we used to always just go to Walt Disney World, but like when we first started going to Disney for like the first 5 summers, because again, back then we were both teachers, so we go down for like 9 or 10 days. We'd always take a day off halfway through the trip and drive to Cocoa Beach and just have a beach day. But we'd always go over to Port Canaveral because Cocoa Beach and Port Canaveral were right there. So we'd always take part of that day and go to Jetty Park, which is where you right at Port Canaveral, right at the tip there that you go past when you leave. And you see all those people, like you said, right there in Jetty Park as you're leaving, you're waving to them right as you go past Fish Lips and everything. Mm-hmm. And like, I've been those people on the rocks, just like, oh gosh, people are going to have so much fun for like 4 or 5 days a week, whatever it is. And like, but now like you are actually on the boat floating away. You're just like in like the DJ's playing and like, okay, now we're going to dinner and now tonight we're going to have fun. Oh man, it is the best. And like the whole cruise is in front of you at that point. Oh
yeah. There's no better feeling knowing that whole cruise is in front of you. Like, I like the way you put that. Just not a single worry in the world, man. It's just it's a cool feeling. Go ahead.
As we wrap this up, because we got to wrap up the hour here. Like, where are you? Because we're gonna have the meeting tonight. As people get this on the feed on Thursday, we're gonna have the meeting for the cruisers. So again, in the Facebook group, what's it called in case people need to join? If they
just Be Our Guest Podcast Cruise 6. Just search that and request to join. I will go and let you in, or Ricky or Mike will. And yeah, we're just going to go live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central on Thursday night, the 15th, and just make it a Q&A, right? We're just going to let's chat about the itinerary. We have some ideas we want to do, some little games we're going to play. We'll chat about that if you want to, or if you have any first-time cruisers, we'd love to hear your questions. Let's just make it about not just general cruising. Let's just focus on this particular ship that we're about to sail on and any questions you have.
Yeah, and suggestions. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
something would be fun for the cruise, this is our cruise. This isn't like my cruise. This is Scott's cruises and Pam's cruise. This is all of our cruise. Like if you think, hey, I think this would be fun for the group, let's talk about it Thursday night, because this is time to do it right now before we sail, so we don't like miss the opportunity. That's why we're doing this pre-cruise.
Exactly.
So let us just put it in the comments, or hey, well, the video, I'll put the link. So if you want to come on, talk it out. Like, yeah, hey, let's talk about this. Let's do it. So we'll do that tonight as this comes out Thursday. It'll be on Facebook Live, just like this. It'll be just like this in the Facebook group. I'll probably put on YouTube too. So that's that. But let me just, where I know that you've started fish extenders, like I think you have like
I have a plan.
Prototype, right? You've got one that could possibly maybe kind of be the
one, right? Yeah.
One. Yeah. So look, where else? Like right now, we're not packing. We have the magic bands sitting on the table with the chargers.
So I still need to do that. I just still need to order some magic bands. But where we're kind of at, Mike, is we're not packing, but we're looking at that closet. We're looking at the wardrobe, and we're thinking like, I could use a couple new shirts. I don't like these shirts. They don't fit me that well anymore. I've had these for a while. I'm always like, I don't know if you noticed this about me. I have a bad problem with this, but like almost every trip I go on, I have like 2 or 3 new shirts. Like, I don't know why. It's just something about like, it's a new trip. I'm excited. I want a couple new shirts, so I'm kind of looking at the wardrobe right now, trying to figure out what do I want? Do I need anything new? And I want to take care of that over the next week before we start getting to the packing.
See, my problem is I don't ever dress up except for like this because I work at home. Like I never go out. So, I mean, I have all my old teacher clothes, but I have, a few things. So I'll check the wardrobe because we are going to Palo. So we are doing that. So we gotta have something kind of fancy.
Yeah. And then, we're already paid in full, right? So.
I hope so, or else you're not sailing because that was a long time ago.
But then you got to figure out like, what's my budget going to be on this cruise? Like, I know like some of my meals are included, but I got gratuities, I got like drinks, I got souvenirs. Like you start thinking about like a budget a little bit too in the back of my mind. So like I tried to do that stuff like around here, like at the 3-week point, because the days are just going to.
If you're going to order anything like Amazon stuff, like man, now's the time, right? I mean, because you don't want to get like in the last week, because a lot of people go down, you might think July 3rd, but I mean, a lot of people probably leave home June 30th or, something. Like
I need to get a new portable battery because like I lost mine on when we went to DC. I don't know where it is. And even though like you're not hooked up to the internet or anything, you're still using your camera, you're using the navigator and all that. So your phone could potentially like drain during a full day's worth on the cruise, potentially. So like to have that.
That's what we got to talk about. Make sure you turn your data off on your phone when you leave at the port. I mean, most people have sailed before, that. Like turn all that stuff off so you don't get zapped by roaming and all that. I think we'll talk about that. But yeah, it's just
unlimited budget. I like that. Yeah, I like the unlimited budget.
Yeah, dream on. I wish. But yeah, it's the wish, but it ain't that good. But I gotta dig out, like I said, the pirate costume because I had that from back in the day, or maybe just get a new one because that thing's.
I found our extender. I've known where it's been for like 2 years. I have it hanging from the treadmill actually. So when I use the treadmill, I see it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not doing the extender. We didn't get in time, and my wife really didn't want to do it.
There's other things I don't want to give them away too much, but like things that are related to our podcast group, things we're gonna do with our guests and the listeners. There's some planning. Me, and Pam were talking a lot last week. There's some stuff I have to do that I want to get ready and ready to go for that too. So a lot of planning stuff is going to be happening in the next few weeks for sure.
All right, Betsy. Yeah, we'll be in the Facebook group and I'll put it on YouTube too. So in case you can't get in there for some reason, you can just watch on YouTube because it's just a matter of hitting a button. Yeah. So who knows?
It's getting close.
I mean, like. For our anniversary, I got Pam a new phone because like she had a super old iPhone, super old. So with Mallory cheering, like she had her camera was so old, like it took terrible pictures. So I figured now's the time if we're gonna go on vacation, she could take some decent pictures and be able to take some actual she didn't have any storage. You know what I'm saying? Like at least now she can actually take pictures, keep them, not be like I gotta delete these old ones. Like now she's good, so she can take pictures. But, now's the time to have all that stuff, like external battery. That's a good point. External batteries, though, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, when you said Amazon orders, that's what got me thinking. I do need to make some Amazon orders. I got some stuff I need to get. So I know it seems so early, right? It's like it's 3 weeks. Like, why do I want to start planning that list now? But
Because
time
it's
flies
like
in the summer, man. Like
Oh,
it goes
man.
by so fast. So
I know. So that's good. But we'll be back. So I don't know if we'll be doing a show next Sunday night because it's Father's Day.
yeah, and I have a long weekend. I have Monday off work, so I don't know if I'm going to even be in town. We'll see though.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably be here, so I'll probably do a show, but we'll see. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably be here because I like doing the shows, and it's an hour. So, but if Scott is here, more than welcome to have him here. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so anyway, we will jump out of here and encourage you to enjoy the podcast this week. We'll have listener questions. This week it's going to be Ricky and Scott because Pam is at Disneyland right now. I don't know if you knew that, but she's spending the week at Disneyland. Lucky duck. And we're going to do the listener questions on Wednesday. We'll have a good Friday show for you. But Monday show is really fun because our guest just got back from Walt Disney World and had a blast. Did after hours event at the studios. Like I said, just a ton of fun. We're going to jump out of here. Again, the Magic for Less travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney trip. Just swing by the website at themagicforless.com. If you're shopping on Amazon, we appreciate you clicking through that link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. That supports the show. And thank you so very much to our patrons. You guys let us do all this, help us pay for all this technology, all the storage for the podcast, all that stuff. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. That monthly contribution really helps support everything we do. And you get that bonus show called Mike in the Midwest every week. Give Scott a follow on social media. He's at Epscott, EPSCOT. I'm at BeOurGuest Mike, Instagram and Twitter. Give us a follow so we can interact with you. We love talking with you throughout the week. And also, we're going to have lots of content from the land portion of our trips. And then, of course, we'll have tons of pictures when we get back from the cruise. Probably not during the cruise, but you never know. I mean, we might post a couple here and there. I'm probably not going to buy. I won't buy the internet because I that's the whole point of the cruise. I don't want to be connected, but you'll get a ton when we get back. So do that. And of course, we'll see you about next Sunday night, but we'll have a good time between here and there. But Thursday for all the cruisers, we'll see you then. So for Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Wait, what are people saying?
One thing you, me, and Pam haven't talked about in a minute was your idea of like sending those photos. So I think we should talk about that too. Like send videos. So because you wanted me to make like another
yes
recap kind of video
here. Yeah, because they have like a thing where you can show a video. You can even schedule it. Hang on, let me save this real quick. Live show June 7th, 2023. At 44. Yeah, we should. Yeah, so yeah, we should say that Thursday.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, and I almost think we'll talk about it. I have an idea for how we can kind of share that again. So,
and I want to get I'll tell you off the air because I have a funny thing for like the beginning of the video. I think it'd be hilarious.
Okay.
hang on. Just hang in here for a second. Okay, we'll see you guys later.
Have a good night.
No, don't hang up. Okay.
I'm not
All right. Bye, guys.